提到丹麦，很多人都会想到哥本哈根的小美人鱼雕像。这个散发独有浪漫与梦幻气息的北欧国家，虽与中国相隔万里，但却因安徒生笔下的童话世界，让广大中国读者产生了浓厚的兴趣。的确，文化交流是国与国之间沟通的重要桥梁。值此中丹建交75周年之际，有一位重量级嘉宾接受了我的采访。他非常喜爱中国文化，从他的中文名字就可以感受到他对孔子那是真爱呀。我是李志，我们一起聊一聊国内外大小事。Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador. We know your Chinese name is 孔墨客. Could you share with us the story behind choosing the name?
I chose a name that makes me sound wise. So Kongzi is the famous Confucius, as we know him, and Moke is relating to literature and ink-stained paper. So it's about being wise and literate. So I think it fits well with being an ambassador.
Yes, from your name it can be seen that you are very interested in culture. Actually, both China and Denmark are nations with rich cultural heritages, yet they embody the distinctions between Eastern and Western civilizations. What potential do you think lies untapped in the cultural exchanges between our two countries? And how can we further enhance people-to-people interactions to foster mutual understanding and friendship between the citizens of China and Denmark?
We will throughout this year see a lot of cultural events and exchanges. So I think culture is a good way to bring people closer together and to understand where we come from. And I'm sure there also will be groups visiting Denmark from China. So I think the people-to-people in the cultural field is important, also in education. Young people studying in Denmark from China and Danish students here. We have a Sino-Danish University Center north of Beijing, where we try to take in 50 Danish or European students every year. So there is always a good basis for the cooperation, but we can always expand. Also tourism. China has lifted the visa requirements, so it's easier to travel here. I think annually we have about 150,000 Chinese tourists in Denmark. So it's also a way to explore and experience. So I think we need to have as much people-to-people exchanges, because it's a good way to get to know each other better.
We are also aware that brands like Danish Ambassador cookies have become deeply rooted in China. So what are your expectations for the cooperation and development of Danish enterprises in China?
We have a good trade relationship, and it actually grew last year by almost 20%. So there is a good flow of trade between Denmark and China, almost at the same level. We also have, at services, the big shipping line is Maersk, who you will see in all Chinese big ports. Right now, the biggest goods we send to China is medical products. We also do machinery for China. I was just in Shandong province to talk to the officials and to companies who work with Danish companies there. We do a lot of district heating projects, among other places in Jinan. So there is a lot going on. And from China to Denmark, I think the automobiles is one sector. Also machinery is a big export good, and of course consumer goods. So I think we have a good mix in our trade relationship, and I'm confident that we can continue that. We have other difficulties around the world with trade, so maybe we can see more opportunities in the Chinese market.
Yes, and this year very special. This year remarks the 75th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between China and Denmark. So what plans does Denmark have for future collaboration with China?
We have had a deep cooperation with China for many years, so it also helps business opportunity in both countries. So I'm very proud to have this good cooperation with China. So there is a close cooperation between us. And also in the cultural field, because we have the Hans Christian Andersen Cultural Institute here in Beijing. So on many levels we work together, also on exchanges of young students. So I think it's solid based, and that's also something to build on for future cooperation.
So how can this benefit global sustainable development?
Among the European countries, Denmark is one of the strongest relationships with China. We are very small and China is very big, but doesn't really matter because we're still two countries and we prove that we can work well together and benefit from our cooperation. So I hope it can be expanded on a European level this summer when we have the China-EU summit, that we can see new fields of cooperation between the European continent and China. And Denmark will help push for such cooperation, and also regionally here in Asia, China is an important partner. So I think there are immense opportunities for cooperation. There are also issues where we do not agree, but that's typical because we are in different parts of the world with different interests. But it's important that we can have a dialogue on all things, and then we find out where we have the common interest in a closer cooperation, and we develop that further.
Thank you so much. 的确，正如孔默克大使所言，从同化友谊到绿色伙伴，从人文交流到经贸往来，无论是丹麦企业深耕中国市场，还是中国文化走进丹麦，中丹双边关系在互信与共赢中不断深化。站在75周年的新起点上，我们希望聆听更多跨越山海的中丹友好故事，也期待更多双向奔赴在两国之间涌现。